Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. Welcome to today's class. I hope all of you are doing well. We are here to do a biology class. Before starting the class, I want to introduce myself. I am Afrina Rahman, a senior teacher of Milestone School and College from Sector 4 branch. In today's class, we are going to learn some topic from chapter 6, Transport in Organism. I hope after finishing this class, all of you will able to learn what is blood pressure, what is high blood pressure, what is cholesterol. Then also we will able to learn leukemia, heart attack and rheumatic fever, and how we can keep our heart healthy and safe. Now let's start our class. What is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure of blood against the wall of arteries. As you already know, the contraction of heart is called systole. So the pressure on the arteries during systolic condition is called systolic blood pressure, and the relaxation of heart is called diastole. So the pressure on arteries during diastolic condition is called diastolic blood pressure. So the pressure during systolic condition is normally much more higher than the diastolic condition. So in case of an normal adult person, the blood pressure range is 120 by 80 ml. Here 120 is the systolic blood pressure and 80 is the diastolic blood pressure. Mainly we measure the blood pressure in between the difference of time of two heartbeats, so where the pressure is created. So now we have to learn what is pulse pressure. The difference between two pressure in arteries is actually called pulse pressure. The normal rate of pulse is 62 to 100 per minute in an adult person, mainly in resting state. So normally pulse pressure and both pulse pressure and blood pressure is measured by using the machine called sphygmomanometer. This is the picture of sphygmomanometer. I hope all of you have seen this. Now high blood pressure. Blood pressure can be considered or divided into two types. One is high blood pressure, another one is low blood pressure. High blood pressure is much more dangerous compared to low blood pressure, so we are going to learn some information about high blood pressure or hypertension. We divide it into two types, high blood pressure and low blood pressure. But high blood pressure is much more risky compared to low blood pressure, so we are going to learn more information or details information about high blood pressure or hypertension. So as we know, blood pressure is the pressure of blood against the wall of arteries. High blood pressure is when the pressure or force of blood pushing against the wall of blood vessel, but consistently the pressure will be high. When systolic and diastolic pressure rises the normal pressure, then the condition is called high blood pressure or hypertension, we can say. High blood pressure is also known as silent killer because high blood pressure could be quietly causing damage that can threaten our life, and most of the time it has no obvious symptoms to indicate that there is something wrong inside the patient's body. So if you see the diagram, you can see this is the diagram of a vessel where they have shown the normal artery, normal position of artery, then pre-hypertension position and hypertension position. In normal position we can see the pressure is normal and the path is much more broader, but in case of hypertension the path becomes much more narrower by accumulating fat or plaque, so that causes the pressure, more pressure of blood on the arteries. Now what are the causes and symptoms of high blood pressure? Causes mainly stress, lack of physical activity, being overweight or obese, too much intake of salt or fatty food, even fried food, smoking and alcohol, excessive intake of alcohol or smoking, genetic or family history of hypertension, and eclampsia during pregnancy or during the time of birth child. So symptoms, how we will understand if any person suffers from hypertension or not. Headache or neck pain, chest pain, palpitation, which means increase of heartbeat or shortness of breath, nosebleed, insomnia, fatigue, dizziness. So how can we prevent hypertension? So lifestyle plays a very important role in treating hypertension. We can successfully control blood pressure with a healthy lifestyle, and there are some ways to lower our blood pressure, like walk and exercise regularly, lose weight, eating fresh vegetables and fruits, reduce sodium intake or excess salt intake, quit smoking and drinking alcohol, and we have to learn how to manage stress. Now, cholesterol. Cholesterol is actually a compound produced from hydrocarbon cholesterol. It is an important compound in animal cell. It is normally an oil-based compound, which that's why it doesn't mix with blood. It travels around the body in lipoprotein. So there are some high cholesterol food like egg, cheese, butter, prawn, fried food, processed food like sauces, meatballs. These are called processed food. This food contains a high amount of cholesterol. Mainly there are three types of cholesterol or lipoprotein found in a body or blood. They are low density lipoprotein or LDL, high density lipoprotein HDL, and triglyceride. Let's learn some information about this. Like LDL is also called bad cholesterol because it increases the risk of high heart disease in our body. In our body, we mainly contain 70% of LDL. HDL is called the good cholesterol because it decreases the risk of heart disease. And triglyceride, it is created from animal fat and carbohydrate, and it stays within the blood plasma. So for our body, LDL is less important, but HDL is more important. Okay. So this is the chart of LDL, HDL and triglyceride or range. What are the ideal ranges of this cholesterol in blood? Like LDL should be below 1.8 mole per liter. HDL should be greater than 1.7 and triglyceride should be below 1.7. Now, why we need cholesterol? What are the functions of cholesterol? Cholesterol helps in constructing cell membrane. Cholesterol helps in producing different hormones like estrogen and androgen, which is very important for our body. Even in presence of sunlight, cholesterol helps to prepare vitamin D, which is carried by the blood to the kidney and converted into active vitamin D. Cholesterol is also essential for metabolism of fat-soluble vitamin like vitamin A, B, E, K. And cholesterol also helps in the prevention of different diseases. But high cholesterol is also a risk for us. So what are the risks of high cholesterol? High cholesterol can cause dangerous accumulation of cholesterol or fats and other deposits on the wall of arteries. These deposits, plaque, can reduce blood flow through the arteries, which eventually can cause different type of irregularities or complication inside our body, just as hypertension. So, interruption in blood circulation, damage of cardiac muscle due to insufficient oxygen. This condition is called angina. So, angina, if there is any deficiency of oxygen or nutrients, the cardiac muscle get damaged. That condition is called angina. Then gallstone or gallbladder stone, chest pain, heart attack, and eventually stroke. So if you see the diagram, you can see it. First one is the normal pressure or normal artery wall, where we can see the broad artery wall. Then if we take too much high cholesterol food, it start to build up, and in the last phase we can see the fat actually compose or accumulate, and it create a narrow artery, narrow blood vessel, which eventually will cause different type of complication in human body. Now we are going to learn some information about different disease like blood cancer. The cancer of blood cell is called leukemia. It occurs because of abnormal formation, growth and multiplication of white blood cell, which indirectly cause less production of red blood cell and platelets. So leukemia is mainly a disease caused due to the malfunction in blood production or malfunction in bone marrow, because blood is produced from bone marrow. According to WHO or World Health Organization, there are more than 50 types of leukemia is identified. Among them, most cases have high WBC count. Now, what are the symptoms? However, the symptoms of leukemia may vary patient to patient based on their types of leukemia and which stage they are belong to, but in maximum case it shows inability of almost every blood cell to function properly. Like low blood cell count causes deficiency of oxygen. As a result, patient become weak, pale, or they have shortness of breath. Then due to low platelets count, patients suffer from bleeding gum, nose bleeding, small red spot on skin, swelling, and inflammation of joint. So the number of white blood cell increased, it could have help in the immune system, but it is unable to prevent different diseases, so patient become more vulnerable to various diseases. The treatment of leukemia patient depend on many factors like patient age, overall health, the type of leukemia patient have, and whether it has spread to other parts of body or not. But the common treatment used to fight leukemia includes bone marrow transplantation, chemotherapy, radiation therapy. So there was a time there was no treatment in our country. People used to go abroad for the treatment, but there is arrangement now. There is arrangement of bone marrow transplantation in Dhaka Medical College and in various private and public hospital. They are also providing chemotherapy. Now, heart attack. A heart attack is a medical emergency in which supply of blood to heart becomes blocked. It is often due to blood clot which stop the blood circulation. So there are some other terms, which is other medical terms which is used for heart attack. They are myocardial infarction, cardiac infarction, or coronary thrombosis. There was a time we used to believe only people aged between 40 to 60 will suffer from heart attack, but nowadays even young people suffer from heart attacks. What are the causes and symptoms of heart attack? Causes: overweight, eating unhealthy food, mainly oily food, spicy food, fast food, fried food, then lack of physical exercise, depression, emotional stress, anxiety, smoking, excess amount of smoking. Then symptoms: if one having a heart attack, the patient will have a feeling of pressure, tightness, pain, squeezing or ache in their chest, which eventually start from chest but spread all over the left side of the body, left side of the chest. Even it can go into the neck and left hand. The nausea and vomiting, dizziness, shortness of breath, restlessness, and then feeling severe sweating. So what are the ways of preventing heart attack? The quicker someone is treated when having a heart attack, the greater the chance of success. No one should ignore these type of symptoms. It is better to do a ECG or electrocardiogram to check the heart condition. So the best way of preventing heart attack is to have a healthy lifestyle, to measure some ways and include those ways in our lifestyle, like eating a balanced and healthy diet, avoiding fatty food, fried food, spicy food, then avoid smoking, do regular exercise, getting a plenty of good quality sleep, keeping alcohol intake down, and of course avoid stress. Even we can add eating healthy and vegetables and fruits. This will also help. Now, rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever is an inflammatory disease that can develop when sleep throat, scarlet fever, tonsillitis, and middle ear infection is not properly treated. So this disease is mainly caused by a bacteria named Streptococcus. Rheumatic fever most often affects children who are aged between 5 to 15, though it can develop in younger ages or adult, but it can cause permanent damage to their body, even their heart, including damage to the heart valve and heart failure. Symptoms of rheumatic fever: fever and anemia, pain and tender joints, more often in knees, ankle, elbow, wrist, pain in one joint that can eventually migrate to another joint, red, hot and swollen joint, small painless bumps beneath the skin, chest pain and fatigue. So last but not the least, here I am to include another point and how we can treat actually rheumatic fever. If rheumatic fever is detected early age, there are some antibiotics which is used to treat this fever, like penicillin may be used to cure it, and many physicians recommend many type of antibiotic, but penicillin is the most accurate for this fever. Now what we can do to keep our heart healthy and safe? What are the measures? The heart start bleeding even before the baby is born and continue till the last breath. So the importance of heart is immense, so we have to keep our heart safe and sound. It is very important to maintain a healthy lifestyle to keep heart fit, like eat healthy, get active, stay in a healthy weight, quit smoking, control your cholesterol and blood pressure, manage stress. So these are the measures we can take to keep our heart healthy and fit. So I hope all of you understand today's topic. So now it's time for your homework. Your homework will be, what do you mean by high blood pressure? Describe the measure of keeping the heart healthy and sound. You will write this question and submit it to your respective subject teachers. So that's all for today's class. Thank you everyone. I hope all of you will study attentively.